Fox host Tucker Carlson is getting some pushback for showing selectively edited Capitol surveillance videos on his news show, intended to portray the January 6th riots as nothing more than a peaceful little walk in the Capitol. Nice little gathering, very, very friendly, all that stuff. Now, that pushback, interestingly enough, is coming from fellow Republicans in the Senate. So let me give you some quotes here. Senator Tom Tillis of North Carolina told reporters on Tuesday, when asked about Carlson's portrayal of the events as mostly peaceful, "I think it's bullshit." Well, I mean, that's very it's very clear. It's bullshit. All right. So he continued by saying, "When you see police officers assaulted, all of that, if you were just a tourist, you should have probably lined up at the visitor center and came on in an orderly fashion or basis." Sorry. Senator Mike Rounds also added, "I was there on January 6th. I saw how violent it was." Senator Kevin Cramer said that January 6th was clearly more than a peaceful protest of some rowdy Boy Scouts. Clearly more. Senator Lindsey Graham, who, by the way, ironically, he loves to whitewash pretty much everything. But even he is not interested, he says, in whitewashing the events of January 6th. Okay. So, yeah. Now, Senator Mitt Romney, he had a little bit longer of a statement. He said, quote, "It's really sad to see Tucker Carlson go off the rails like that." Have you watched Tucker Carlson lately? He's always going off the rails. "The American people saw what happened on January 6th. They've seen the people who got injured. They saw the damage to the building. You can't hide the truth by selectively picking a few minutes out of tapes. It's so absurd. It's nonsense." Well, look, that's the whole point. That's the whole point. Tucker Carlson, understand, is a full-on propagandist. Tucker Carlson knows what he's doing. Tucker Carlson is lying to placate his audience. And look, we all know that Tucker Carlson is lying because guess what? He admitted it in filings and in depositions. He said that he never believed in the allegations. Never. He called them absurd and shockingly reckless. He also texted his producer, telling them that Donald Trump is a demonic force and a destroyer, and that he passionately hates Donald Trump and can't wait to no longer have to talk about him. And added that if they, Fox News, does not play this right, meaning with the audience, Trump will destroy them and their credibility, which will directly impact him and his multi-million-dollar paycheck, as well as the stock prices when it comes to Fox News. Make no mistake, this is what it's about. It's about money. It's always about money. Money. That's why he's lying about January 6th. That's why he's portraying it as a gentle tourist visit and a peaceful gathering. When in reality, federal prosecutors have charged nearly 1,000 people with crimes, including more than 300 for assault or interfering with police officers. Is that exactly gentle? Now, that said, yeah, of course, there's a lot of defendants that have only been charged with unlawfully entering or remaining in a federal building that were not violent. I'm not really concerned with those morons. Okay? No, what I'm concerned with the people who vandalized, attacked, and beat up Capitol police officers and tried to intimidate Congress into ignoring the results of a legitimate election. And that's ultimately what it was about. Carlson is downplaying the actions of those people, the people who had actually done violence, and running cover for them and whitewashing the entire event. And that's the reality of the situation. Truth hurts. Two more quotes from Republicans. Romney, again, getting back to Romney, he said, "Completely placating the base of my party is not the right way forward for the Republican Party or for the country. To me, it's time to move on from it." Cramer then added, "It really doesn't do anything to bolster that our party is forward-looking." So, well, understand, of course, I'm going to say that they're not, because they're not forward-looking. Forward back to the 1800s, perhaps, when it comes to policy and civil rights. But okay, I get what he means. These politicians, they know January 6th is a sore spot. They know that most Americans don't like what happened on January 6th. Don't like the incitement from the Trump mob, or, incitement from Trump to create the mob, the MAGA mob. All right. And so, look, they want to distance themselves. Let's get away from this whole thing, because it's hurting us. You're hurting us. You're hurting us, Tucker. You're hurting the party. Yeah, but Tucker's, stuffing his pockets, so it's totally fun for him. But look, Tucker doing this propaganda makes it very hard for the party to move on from this, especially in the public perception. Which, again, the whole point of the Republican Party was not to serve Donald Trump. That's what he's made it into, because they're all weak betas, okay? No. The whole purpose of the Republican Party was specifically to help businesses, corporations, cut taxes for rich people, deregulate industry, and to act as the propaganda arm of the Republican Party. In fact, you had messages from Rupert Murdoch, who said, look, let's not focus on Trump. Let's focus on, putting everything we have behind the Georgia elections. That's what's important here. Let's forget about the Trump and the election stuff, which, by the way, he'd also called very harmful. Not in those particular words, but that is the essence of his statement, and that it's dangerous. And should have pushed back harder against that. Again, that's his own statements. Okay. But look, I can't say that I feel sorry for the Republican Party. I don't. The leopards are coming for the face. Okay. That's it. Or you should say the zombies are coming for them. Or I should say the monster that they create. Okay, anyway, but let's enough of the analogies. But look, I don't feel sorry for them. But what needs to be considered, and this is my overall point, right, is once the monsters, leopards, or whatever are done with the Republican Party and have cannibalized it and have fully, completely turned it, the entire party, into essentially what is an extension of Trump's ego and fascism, then they're going to come for us next. We don't want that to happen. We might want to stop it now.